Welcome back. My next guest has also been on the air with me. He's been on a couple of times now. I have with me Chad Gamage, and he is the president of Arizona Retirement Company. Welcome to the show. I'm so excited about what you talk about because you've created some things personally yourself, and I want to talk a little bit about yourself, what you do, and what we're going to talk about today. Get up close to the mic. There
Sure.
you go.
Well, thank you, Carol. It's great to be back on your show. It's great to have an opportunity to work with your listeners, and we've had some success with that already. So it's great to be here and
Good.
share our message with them.
Thank you very much. Well, let's talk about you and what you do and what you've created for people out there who not necessarily are in retirement, but even before that. Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. So I guess I'll go back 4 or 5 years ago when I started looking into my own retirement. I was self-employed business consultant, and I wanted to know more about retirement options out there, and I couldn't find it. I couldn't find what I was looking for. I couldn't find someone to tell me where I was headed, and I thought that was kind of important before making any other decisions. So eventually one thing led to another, and I decided that I've created something that fills a void out there for people like me that don't want to buy just the product of the month, don't want to buy fund of the month and just add to their retirement without really any direction. How do you know if you have a problem if you don't know where you're starting from?
Well, that's everybody's saying that today. It's awesome because it's so true, right? You've done some things, and I want to talk a little bit about you as a company. First of all, you do free consultations.
Yes.
And you're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. When someone works with you, do you go to them? Do they come to you? How does that work?
They usually come to me, and got a nice office in Gilbert, Western Skies Business Center. Everybody likes the office. That's a good sign. And they come down, and when we start the process, which starts with an interview, we want to make sure we're a good fit for each other because we're going to have a long-term relationship if I'm able to help them. Mm-hmm. So it all starts there.
And then the phone number to call him, it's 480-524-0508. His website is AZ Retirement CO for company, so it's azretirementco.com. I want to go into some of these things. This is really, really, really neat. You also do a free Social Security analysis. Very important for people to listen up right now because if you're getting ready to get it and take it, you should take it right now. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, you got to really look at where you're headed and find out if you can delay that Social Security. Because if you can, that's 8% that you're leaving on the table every year that you can't delay it. So let's look at that 401k, let's look at the IRA, and let's look at different ways of maybe delaying that Social Security. Sometimes working an extra year will make a huge difference in your retirement plan, not just for overall, but the Social Security itself. It's a big difference.
And if you are a woman out there, this is really important too. Maybe you're widowed. Maybe you are not widowed. It could happen to anybody at any time. Mm-hmm. But if you're divorced, that's another thing I want to talk about. This is important for you to talk to somebody who knows what they're talking about. And you have a certification in this. This is not just something that you do along with it. You actually are certified. Let's go.
Yeah, certified by the NSSA, which is National Social Security Advisors. And that gives me the ability to educate and consult on matters regarding Social Security. And it's pretty helpful information for just about everybody.
We're going to give away a free Social Security analysis. So call in here. Everyone's getting entered in to win one. It's 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. You can call him direct at 480-524-0508 or check him out on his website. It's azretirementco.com. So your company is very special, okay? Did you mention what was so special about it?
Well, what makes us different than everybody else is that we're a retirement consulting and planning firm. So we want to get to know your situation. We want to dig in deep, and we want to find the weaknesses and the strengths in your current retirement plan. Things that you're probably not even aware of. Things that'll tell us if you're on track to reach your goals or not.
And also things when you're not even ready yet, just when you're thinking about retiring. And
Correct.
There's some things that you've created, and I want to talk about that. So you have this thing that you created called a Modern Retirement Design. What is that?
Yeah, okay. Well, it's a 3-coffer retirement strategy that I created, and essentially it replaces the old 3-legged stool. And what I learned years ago when I was trying to figure all this out was the three-legged stool, which included 3 different legs of the same length, was Social Security, was your pension, and whatever you saved throughout your retirement or working years for your retirement. And today we don't see the pension very often, and if we do, it's pretty small, and we don't save money like we used to. So we basically have one solid leg, and that's Social Security, and a little bit of savings for most people. So the idea with the modern retirement design is to create that personal pension that's missing, and also find abilities to save more money in our budgets and so forth. So we're rebuilding that old 3-legged stool with the modern retirement design into 3 coffers instead of legs, because we can actually set limits on our income that'll meet our lifestyle needs. We can fill up the second coffer to meet our goals for the extras in life. How do we pay for the trips to Europe every year for 3 weeks if that's our goal for retirement? How do we pay for the second home? Where's that money coming from? Are we just going to take money off the top of our 401k? Is that our strategy? Because it's not a very good one.
Now, how did you come up with this modern retirement design? How did you come up with it?
Well, I realized that people were still using the three-legged stool in their current scenarios and explanation. I thought, well, it's completely outdated. It doesn't really exist in modern terms. So it was just a matter of finding another way to build a solid retirement plan that would make sense to everybody, and in the end, give them what they were looking for to begin with.
Now, we're going to give away right now a free Social Security analysis. Everyone's going to get entered in to win that. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. He is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. He does free consultations with everyone. You can check him out on his website, which is azretirementco.com, or call him direct. His phone number is 480-524-0508. Now, I know we're going to go to a break soon, but I want to talk about this because this is what last time when you were talking to me, I said I was so excited about this too. And it's called the Executive Bonus Contract. It's the retirement planning strategy that you created for corporations and business owners. Listen up, everybody. This is cool.
Yeah, so going back to my background of being a business consultant, I understand how business works. I understand the challenges that they have, and sometimes those are keeping employees around. Sometimes it's a small business owner who needs to do things for himself in the end. This contract, this executive bonus contract, just takes advantage of internal revenue code that already exists. It allows your company to create a personal pension for you if you're a small business owner. It allows you to create a key employee benefit for your employees that you want to attract or keep in your company that are important to you. So it's sometimes a better way than your 401k programs, because it's a select benefit for those employees. It's super easy to implement and just as easy to administer year to year. It's a win-win for the business owners.
And I'm not sure if I remember this correctly because it's a while that you were on, but I'm wondering, is this also, remember I think I asked you, there's the people that own their own companies that are, they're sole practitioners, right?
Right.
Like me, right?
And me.
Or you too, can we use something like this?
Yeah, absolutely. And
talk about that.
That was the first bit of good news I found in all of my research at the beginning of this. I found the way to create a personal pension for myself. And I didn't have that. I didn't have a 401k being self-employed. So that was a big difference in what I can do for myself as a business owner. So I'm glad to make that part of what we offer with Arizona Retirement Company.
I want people to know that. It's very important. So this is a way, if you own your own company, for you to have your own 401k, and they're not going to, in a way.
Well, it's
what
better.
Do you call it?
It's a pension. It's a tax-free
Well, give me the
income
words.
for life. Yeah, it's a personal pension, just like a regular pension. It's going to pay you every month. You're going to get a check, and that's what this is designed for. So you're not going to outlive your money this way.
And it's a way for you to do it yourself, because when you own your own business, there's a lot of things you think you can't have. This is a great way for people to be able to do that. And again, you could check him out on his website. It is azretirementco.com. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. He does free consultations. We've got everyone entered in to win a free Social Security analysis. Let's find out exactly where you stand and whether you should take it now or not. Again, you could call him direct. The number is 480-524-0508, or call us here. Get entered in to win the Social Security analysis. It's great for anybody who's thinking about when they should take it. 602-277-5369.
But traded it all
So welcome back. We're talking with Chad Gamage, and he is the president of Arizona Retirement Company, located in Gilbert. And you have helped a lot of people so far, a few people that have been listening to the show. We want you to listen up. We have our lines open here. We have everyone getting entered in to win a free Social Security analysis. Really important for people to have, I think. If you're thinking about taking it, when to take it, when not to take it, it's great to talk to somebody who knows. He's certified in that, which makes you different. It's not like anybody else that just you can. And it's hard to go up online and try and do it yourself, because you also don't know how much you're really making. It's good to have an opinion from someone else. Don't you agree?
Yeah, most people are leaving money on the table. That's what it comes down to. They're surprised to find out that during their retirement, that Social Security could be hundreds of thousands of dollars that they leave on the table because they didn't know when or how to file. They didn't know how to combine the benefits with their spouses, because one spouse is going to outlive the other. And so it just adds up. It's just simple math, but hundreds of thousands of dollars sometimes.
Now, again, we've got our lines open for this for everyone to get entered in to win. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Again, you could check him out on his website. It's azretirementco.com. You do free consultations with everyone as well. If you want to call him direct, his number is 480-524-0508. I like the way you structured things, because the reason why you did it is because you were really sort of helping yourself first, right?
That's correct.
You figured out you needed to do something, and you created all of this that we're talking about yourself.
That's what makes it so different. You're not going to find this anywhere else.
Nowhere.
Most of my clients will tell you flat out, I wish I found this 10 years ago. And they're not just clients, they're actually advocates for my company, because they refer us so much work. And that's important, but that's because they have a different understanding. In normal circles, if you're in a cocktail party and someone wants to talk about retirement, how's your retirement looking? That's a pretty uncomfortable conversation to have to begin with. But most people will just say, hey, I got a guy, I'm doing fine, and that's the end of the conversation, because it is awkward. My clients aren't afraid to say, I'm with Arizona Retirement Company, and I'm confident with what I'm doing, because I'm actually empowered to make the decisions that work for me. So it makes a big difference in overall your feeling about your retirement. Face retirement with anticipation instead of apprehension, but you can't do it if you don't know where you're going.
Right.
And that's where people kind of get lost in all this gray matter. They just don't know where they're going.
Well, I also like that this is not just for somebody who is necessarily very close to retiring. It's really even for anybody younger who's still working, who needs to start to think about it a little bit, right?
Sure.
And that's where I think, what was it called? Not the modern one, but what was the other one that you won that would make
Executive bonus contract.
Right. Mm-hmm. So to me, these things they're built for those people who are still working.
Yeah, sure. I would tell people to start out, and I'm not an expert in all things, but and not all 401ks are the same, but max that out if your employer's dollar for dollar matching it. But find out what your fees are, because like I said, they're not all the same, and they're actually quite different. And then maybe max out your Roth IRA if that makes sense to you. But after that, come see me. Let me build up your retirement so it's something you can count on, something that's predictable, something that's going to give you the income that you need to live out the lifestyle you want throughout your retirement. A plan that's going to allow you to afford the things that you want to do, those extras in life, and also create an emergency account for you. And then come see me at that point. And then when we're finished, you can go do what you want with your additional resources, your additional assets. Take risks that you wouldn't ordinarily take. If you want to go to the casino, go to the casino. If you want to buy stocks and bonds, go buy stocks and bonds. Open a poodle parlor. I don't care. Just make sure you've given yourself everything that you've worked for, and that's the income you need for your retirement and to meet the extras in life.
Do you do second opinions?
Yeah. And right now it's real popular for people to receive invitations in the mail for dinners.
I see that a lot.
Go to the dinner. Let the gal do their thing. Let them offer you what they want to offer you. If it sounds good, just come see me before you make that decision, because you need to know how that's going to affect your current situation. Those things aren't always what they seem to be. You have to put these things, put them pencil to paper on these things, or in this case, the big computer in the sky that I call it, the analysis. It'll let you see it for yourself. It's just plain math.
Okay. Now, again, on the number to call him direct is 480-524-0508. He does free consultations. You can check him out on his website. It's azretirementco.com. He's A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. We're giving away right now from here a free Social Security analysis. So, again, everyone's getting entered in to win that. That phone number to call here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Before we go, there's another thing that you also created, which was the what is this? The executive bonus contract. What's that?
That's what we've already been talking about for the employers.
One?
Yeah,
that's one's for the employers.
Yeah.
But you had 3. What were the 3?
Oh, just our process altogether. The process that I created, which includes the comprehensive analysis, and again, this goes back from how I learned about this industry, filtering through all these things. The process I created is something that the clients actually really, really appreciate. At first, they're like, well, what do you mean a process? Everybody's like, what a process? Well, in this case, it's actually something that empowers them. So as they go through this process, they get to see the analysis. That's the eye opener. That's when they say, oh, okay, now I can see this, and it sees where they're going. It shows where they're going, and if they're on track. But that process, all the way to the end, by the time they get to the end of it, they know exactly what they're doing. They're confident, and that's why they become advocates, because they're like, I understand what's going on with my retirement now. I have this confidence. I have this peace of mind that I didn't have before. So the combination of that process and the analysis and the different what-if scenarios we create, and they get to choose what they want.
And your client is who?
Well, it's pretty fortunate to range. Younger is 45 is my youngest client right now. Mid-70s, probably the oldest clients right now. I have a lot of female clients, and that's because the referrals just keep coming in. Divorced women needing to maximize their Social Security. That's real common. So-and-so did it for me. Can you do it for me? Well, come on in. Let's take a look at it, So it's that's probably my strongest base right now is women.
Right. And, it's funny because there's a lot of women out there that don't realize that they can take some of their ex-husband's spouse's retirement.
Sure.
They don't know it, and I guess talking to someone like you, I mean, could they actually go in there and try and do it on their own and then not get that?
Yeah, there's some tools, and Social Security Online is pretty helpful. It's a pretty decent website, actually. And, so they generally learn about it from a friend.
Right.
And that's a former client. And they say, so-and-so told me I didn't know I could do that.
I heard about it 10 years ago, and I kept it in the back of my mind for a very long time.
Yeah.
Because you've got to think about those things.
It's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming one day or another. It's coming. And, and then more importantly, we have an opportunity to talk to them about their other investments for their retirement and find out how they can even delay their Social Security. And they realize that, if they're getting 3 or 4% net from their IRA, well, getting 8% from Social Security is not too bad, especially when that's your only income stream. We need to build that up as much as possible.
Tell them a little bit about your certification as well for this.
Well, it's training that goes into it, and it's Social Security training, so it's not very very exciting. That's for sure.
No, but you're certified, and that's been important for them to know.
Yeah, it is, and I did it originally just to educate myself, and along the way I found the NSSA and I entered into their program, which taught me quite a bit. And then from there, we got an analyzer that helps us run thousands of scenarios for everybody to find out how to maximize these benefits, how to avoid leaving money on the table.
So how did you come up, all of these processes here, you have so many different things here that you've come up for good reasons. What when they are?
Well, I couldn't find it elsewhere. I do things maybe a little differently than most people, but I want to get to the bottom of the math. I want to know, where I'm headed in life, and especially with my retirement. So it's just,
and you want to know that you can retire and not all of a sudden go, I don't think I need to go back to work or what have you.
Yeah, I do everything that I, refer to my or offer to my clients. I mean, I'm filling my coffers in the modern retirement design. I know how to maximize my Social Security, and I think it's important that everybody does.
Absolutely.
And once you get to where you're comfortable, then you, like I said, you can go do what you want. But right now, we're taking the risk first, and we shouldn't be taking the risk first, especially when we don't have a pension income.
He also does second opinions for anybody that would like maybe something like that. We've got our lines open. Go ahead. Did you want to say something? We have our lines open here for everyone to keep on calling in, because we're going to get everyone entered in to win a free Social Security analysis. And if you're listening out there, if you're a woman, he happens to have a lot of women clients. You don't necessarily specialize in them, but you happen to have a lot of them, especially especially if you're divorced. He can help you find out where you need to be with that, whether it's your Social Security or maybe your ex-spouse's. Again, our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You could check him out on his website. It is azretirementco.com. And the phone number to call him direct, he does free consultations. That number is 480-524-0508. He's A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Keep on calling here. I'm going to let everyone keep on calling for the next 5 minutes or so at 602-277-5369. And toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Or call him direct for that free consultation at 480-524-0508.